Hi everyone, it's Alyssa here again from the Township of Washington Library for our adult craft for December 2021. This is it. This is the last one of the year. We will definitely have more coming in January in the new year, so we'll keep it going for 2022. I love that this is an awesome way to get everyone involved, including people who maybe might not normally have time to come to in-person programs. So this is a lot of fun for me, and I hope it is for you as well. What we are making today, this is really sweet and really pretty. You may have seen things like this in stores, and they go for, not cheap, but with only a couple dollars worth of ingredients, we are making a winter scene shadow box. Look at how precious that is. That is so super precious. So we're just very, very easily just kind of painting our box. We have, if you got a kit, you got these paper snowflakes in here, 2 trees, and a little deer, and 2 cotton balls. That's it. That's how we're making it. So this is not anything super fancy or super expensive, but it is really pretty. And it's so cute. Right? Like these Shadowbox things. Shadowboxes are kind of trendy and expensive, and I just thought that this was a really sweet thing to do, to have a really pretty winter scene without breaking the bank. And so you can set it down on your tabletop, or the one that I gave out in the kit has a wire. You can hang it up on the wire if you'd like the rustic look of the twine, or you could use the picture hanging hook, just whatever works for your particular decor. Okay, so I've provided, like I said, the trees, the cotton balls, the deer, the shadow box, and the snowflakes. All you need is some glue. I used hot glue. I think it's the best kind of glue to use for this project because it dries quickly and sort of fills in the gaps of the cotton really nicely without over-absorbing. And then paint and a paintbrush. So I'll show you how I did it. I used watered down acrylic paint for the stain. You could use a real stain if you happen to have it in the house. You don't need to water down your paint if you want a more opaque look, but I love how some of the wood shows through here. I'll show you exactly how you can make a fake stain with acrylic paint. And then I used some blue and black to make my beautiful dark winter sky. I didn't include in here, but you could totally add some if you want to put some glitter on your snow or some glitter on your trees. And I also did a little bit of silver paint on the stars. Again, you could those are not stars, those are snowflakes, but I'm thinking of the night sky. You can add stars with glitter, or you can put glitter on your snowflakes. You could paint them gray, paint them white, paint them whatever, leave them stark white, whatever makes you happy. You can customize this and just have fun with it. It's really pretty, it's really simple. I guess that's it. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So we're gonna turn down, face down this way, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you make one of these. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with my box here, and what I'm going to do first is give it a little stain. So you can keep it this color if that's what you like. You can paint it a solid color, or you can do a stain. So if you have a wood stain at home, or you could do what I do. If you've been, doing all of these crafts, you may have accumulated some paint at home by now. So what I do is I kind of mix some colors and I water them down, and it creates kind of a cheap, readily available stain. So this is just some brown with some gray mixed into it, just to kind of have like a little aged teak kind of look. And I'm just gonna stain the whole box because I just wanted it to look a little, gray like winter, but warmer. So that's why the brown, kind of a natural look. And see, the wood will start to soak that up. Your wood grain will show through. I'm going to do the sides as well in here. Just get in there. That's why I like these sponge brushes for this. I guess I'll do the whole thing. I'm actually going to paint the background differently, but I'm getting some kind of like all over the place, and I just want to make sure everything looks even when I do go back in to paint it, so I'm gonna just do the whole thing then, in that case. I think this will just make it look kind of wintry and dark and pretty. But again, I do like some of this wood grain to show through, so it's nice to have it be watered down, and you can see there it's starting to soak in, and it looks really nice. Obviously, the more water you add, the thinner and more translucent your stain will be, so that's just all up to you. Or like I said, you don't need to do a stain, you could do a full out paint treatment, or you could keep it the color that it was. I think that going a little bit darker, like I said, just lends to the winter scene that we're doing. So now I'm just going to let that dry. And I can go in with my paper towels too and kind of pat some of the excess off. Again, kind of like a stain. See, look at that. And it's still nice and dark, like it's really filled the wood in. Really filled it in, just without being too opaque. The next thing that I'm gonna do is, we are done with this stain over here, is I'm gonna do the background. So, right, we're doing an outdoor scene. So I'm going to give this like a night sky kind of vibe. So I have some blue paint with some black. I'm just gonna mix a little bit of black in with my blue at a time, just to get nice navy winter sky. Just a touch of black. A little bit of black goes a long, long way. We just want to deepen this without it turning too grayish. Just a little bit. Of course, maybe you do have a nice dark blue color that you want to use, but I'm trying to show you how to get the most out of, you know, by now, if you've been doing these crafts along with me, or you're just getting started, you know, just getting some basic paint colors is the best thing to do, and that way you can make so much with just basic colors. So I just mix a little bit of, oh, see that? I think that's my perfect shade. And also paint does dry darker. I think that's what I want, and just make sure you kind of mush your brush a little bit so there are no lighter streaks in there. Yeah, that's a really nice deep sky kind of color, like that winter sky that just has that beautiful brightness because of the snow reflecting and everything. And I'm just gonna go ahead and brush that on. My wood is still a little bit wet from the stain, and that's okay. It's just gonna help make this nice and smooth. And that'll also contribute to just being a nice finish again, where we don't lose the integrity of the wood. Not that this is super, super high quality wood there, sorry to say, but we like to see some of that rustic charm pop through, right? This is a nice outdoor scene, so that texture and feeling is really nice. Make sure we get all the way into the corners. Keep your brush strokes going the same way. I'm going horizontally across. That way when it dries, it also looks nice and uniform. So like even when I'm going in here, I'm going kind of like vertical and making little strokes to get in the corners, I pull it out and I go horizontal again. So the textures all look nice and even. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna touch up some of my boo-boos that I made on the side. And then when this is dry, if you decide that you don't like the color and you wanna change it, you can put another coat. If you want it to be more opaque, you can put another coat. So you just let this dry for, I'm gonna say at least 15 minutes, and then we're going to put our scene together. This is really simple. Okay, so I'm over here with my hot glue gun. I think that hot glue would probably work best for this project, but you can play around with whatever kind of glue that you want. I always think that having a hot glue gun is one of the best tools that you can have in your house. So what we're going to do, what we're going to start with, so, you know, here's my string is up top here, so we're going to use this as the bottom, is just using for our snow little cotton balls. And we're just gonna stretch it apart and break it up a little bit. We're giving this the Hallmark treatment here with some fake cotton snow. And you just kind of rip it apart a little bit and think, okay, how would I want this to look in here? And that's how we'll glue it down, right? So I'll just add a little bead of glue down here, and I'll gently press it down. Of course, remember it is hot glue, so be careful. But you know the drill. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bead of hot glue here. And press it down. You can neaten this up if you want, or you can leave it as is, because snow itself is not perfect, but it is always pretty to look at. Right, and that's kind of, you know, you could leave some hanging out, or you could shove it all in and have a clean edge. I think I want some of mine hanging out, but I'm also going to kind of loosen this up and thin it out a little bit where it's on the edge, so it looks kind of just like some snow cascading down lightly. I don't want any big clumps here. Right, and then I think I like the way that looks. Okay, and so we have our trees, and we have our deer, and we have our little snowflakes. So I'm going to do my snowflake next, and you just put them on your background wherever you'd like. You can also paint these if you don't like the stark white. You could also add some glitter to it. You could do like a grayish silver paint, whatever you would like. I actually might paint mine. Let's get some paint, and then we'll glue it on. We'll do it really quick, because I think I want to do I want the white bright thing to just be this snow, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of silver paint. And this paint that I have particularly is kind of sheer, but it'll just create a nice look and soften up that white just a touch. So I'm just going to go right ahead and just brush some silver on here. Add a little dot of hot glue to the back and put that right on. I don't even need to wait for this to dry. It's not going to affect anything else. A little dot of glue and put it wherever you want. And I'll do the same thing with this smaller snowflake here. Little dab of glue. Put that down. All right, and then we have our trees. We'll do the same thing. We're just going to glue it down where you like it. And just make sure that you press down, because that'll also kind of compact the snow where you have it. That glue will kind of leak through and kind of press everything down. You can add a little bit underneath just to stabilize it. And just press down, and then drape some more of the cotton across to cover up any little glue bead that you might have there, right? And just press and hold until it sets. And with the glue gun, that's also nice because it does set pretty quickly. Same thing with the other one. Press it down. Do the same thing because I'll see that this one is standing nice and firm now, but this one's not. So I'll put a little bit of glue, extra glue down in the cotton snow. Just kind of help compact it and get everything to stick all together. You can even put a little glue on the back of your tree if you feel like you want that to stabilize in there as well. Whatever you feel like you need. Again, I'm going to grab a little extra cotton just to cover up my glue dots and help push everything down. Okay. And these are wires, so you can kind of push them, bend them to your will, let them work for you, right? And the last thing we have is our little winter deer. It's just going to go right in there, so just put some glue on each of the little feet, and that's it. I'm actually going to put a little dot of glue on the back of the deer so that it sticks to the back of the wood because I don't want it falling forward. And I do want it to kind of be set back. So again, we just press and hold when you're working with hot glue. Give it a few seconds to set. Oh, there it is. All right, there it is. That's how you make your really easy, really simple winter Shadowbox scene. And you can customize it. You could add some glitter into the snow. You could add, I did give you 2 cotton balls, so you could build up the snow if you want to. You would do whatever makes you happy, but here are the basic ingredients to make just a really nice, simple scene. All right, everyone, that is it for me for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!